How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, Super Bowl Sunday is almost here, but that day isn't just about football, it's about movie trailers. So let's go ahead and talk about predictions, what's definitely showing up, what's probably showing up, and some wild cards. But before I get started with my predictions, I want to know your predictions down in the comments. What trailers are you looking forward to most at the big game? First up are the movies that we're basically guaranteed to see. These are the ones that would be a disappointment and even shocking if they didn't show up. Let's go and kick things off with Jurassic World Rebirth. Universal's got a massive franchise on its hands, they always have. And this is their big shot at redeeming themselves after that dumpster fire of Dominion. A Super Bowl spot is the perfect place for them to say, hey, fans, we heard ya. Next up is Wicked for Good. This one is a no-brainer. The first one just came out, it was a massive success, and they actually showed that trailer, they actually debuted the first look at it at last year's Super Bowl, so of course they're gonna do the same here. And people are gonna eat that up, including me. Last one on the list is Fantastic Four: First Steps. This movie is absolutely huge. This is the movie that's gonna show why or why not Marvel still runs the game. They've been teasing this forever, so expect them to finally show us a look at the cast and some crazy visuals. And if they do it right, this is the trailer that everyone's gonna be talking about long after the Super Bowl's over. Now let's go ahead and talk about the ones that I'm pretty sure we're gonna see. They're not locks, but if they did show up, I wouldn't be surprised. First one up is Lilo and Stitch, Disney's live action Lilo and Stitch. They've been hyping this one up for a while and it releases pretty soon. A spot during the big game makes absolute sense because it's gonna show the world how Stitch actually looks among real people. I don't know what they're actually gonna show in the trailer, but guaranteed we're gonna see some chaos involving Stitch right in the middle. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Tom Cruise is at it again, risking his life for our entertainment. With this being the finale of the franchise, they're gonna show off some crazy stunts that's gonna make us think, how is Tom Cruise still alive? And then we got How to Train Your Dragon. DreamWorks is going all in on the live action thing and fans are gonna be very interested to see if this is even worth the hype. We got the trailer a few months ago, but now it's time to show us a little bit more. The last one in this category is a Netflix sizzle reel. They have so many great shows showing up in 2025 that I don't expect them to just show off one. I'm talking Stranger Things, Wednesday, Squid Games, You, and tons more. They're basically gonna show us 20 shows and movies all in 30 seconds. But when you really do stop and think about it, they have so many things coming out this year, so more power to them. Show us what you got. All right, now for the last category, the fun part, the wild cards. These are the ones that would be a little surprising, but definitely still possible. First one up, and this is one that I really hope I get to see, Avatar: Fire and Ash. If they've got any footage ready, the Super Bowl could be the perfect place to remind everyone why Avatar is still the king of the box office. I mean, the last two entries made over $2 billion each. I just don't see how Disney isn't gonna push this thing down our throats to say, hey, remember this? This is coming this year, so get ready. The next one up is Tron: Ares. Now, we haven't gotten any visuals of this movie, but the movie's been done for a while. It stars Jared Leto. It basically is bringing the Tron world to the real world, and I just want to see how that looks. This comes out in October, so it depends on how much Disney actually believes in this property, if they're gonna show us, if they're gonna shell out that money to show us our first look at Tron. Personally, I love Tron. I love Tron Legacy. I think the visuals were great, the music was fire, and I just need to see how this one's gonna look. I'm gonna go see it in October regardless, but it needs to remind the world that this is coming. And the last one on the wildcard list is gonna be Predator: Badlands. The last Predator movie that was released, it was called Prey. If you haven't seen it, it's on Hulu. I urge you to stop this video whenever I'm done and go and watch that movie because it is an absolute, I don't wanna say masterpiece, but it's close. So if you look at that and you look at the success of Alien Romulus from last year, that movie made some big money on a very low budget. I can't see a world where Fox or Disney isn't gonna start promoting this relatively soon. I don't know if the Super Bowl, once again, if they're gonna wanna shell out that money, because they have a lot of movies that I've already laid out for you that I can guarantee you'll see there. Now this is the biggest wild card on my list. I could see it going both ways, whether Disney wants to promote this or maybe just wait a little bit longer. Either way, they're gonna start promoting this pretty soon, so it's a hit or miss. Now there's probably a few trailers that are gonna show up at the Super Bowl that I forgot about that did not make my list because there are so many good movies coming out in 2025. So if you wanna see my list of my most anticipated movies of 2025, you can check it out right here. But until the next video, everybody, see you later.